And welcome back, continuing with the Formula 197 Championship. Currently in round 6, it's Barcelona practice session, which means 13 laps undisturbed, 13 laps with the main objective of basically getting the best possible lap time. Let's go. Okay, let's go for the warm-up lap. The first lap, I do not really expect to beat my personal best record. That is most likely going to happen on the second or third lap. A little bit too wide over here.
One of the problems the drivers have to contend with is visibility. Their visors get very dirty out on the track. Every 5 laps or so they'll need to give it a wipe to keep it clear with the back of their glove or their sleeve. Of course, when it gets really difficult to see, they can peel off one of the clear tear-off strips that cover the visor.
Yeah, from that perspective, that's perfectly understandable. Right, second lap of the race. Let's go and try to get that personal best time. We need to get below minute 15 and half of a second.
One thing we might see this year is drivers having problems with cramp. All the teams have followed Williams' lead from last year and positioned their drivers lower in the car, reclined further back with their feet raised up more. This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split 1. The sky's beginning to darken, and if I look up from the commentary box, I can see quite a few clouds overhead now.
Would like to have no clouds for the practice session, but
I don't think he's going to better his time.
then again,
He's
having
behind
practice
at
session
split
means
2.
I can practice this track also in a more moist situation, so why not?
Incredible!
Nice.
What a great lap!
Okay, let's try to reach in 1 minute and 14, because it seems like we can definitely do that.
He's up after the first split. And if I check how he compares with his previous best lap, he's up at split 2. He's settling nicely into a
Almost
rhythm.
there.
Lap times are improving.
Almost
Your
there.
lap times are coming down.
Yeah, I didn't need that to get screamed into my ear. I already knew that my laptops are going better.
This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split one.
Most likely, after I'm gonna beat this entire season with the. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna do next lap. After I'm gonna beat this season, I'm going to play Oblivion modded. Then again, we'll see how long this is gonna take me. Because if the entire season is gonna take me at least 2 first weeks of the April, I might simply jump into Resident Evil 4 Remake.
At the second split.
No, it all depends on how lucky I am going to get.
This year,
With all the
teams have
rules,
lowered
regulations,
the driving
and the
seat to try and combat
settings.
the turbulence caused by the driver's helmet, which reduces the efficiency of the air intake into the engine. Another benefit they hope to see will be better handling of the car due to the lower centre of gravity.
Up into third. Up into fourth. Up into fifth. Up into sixth.
That freaking band-aid that I just put on my thumb is not
Up
holding
into sixth.
at all. It is not holding.
The team will be watching this lap closely on their monitors. He's already behind his best time at intermediate one.
The glue on that thing is absolutely
Third
disgusting.
Gear. Fourth gear. Up into fifth. Up into sixth. I'm looking at his previous times now. He's down at the second split. And that was his fastest lap in the practice session so far.
That's adorable. And somehow managed to get the best lap time despite the fact that first and second split were technically the worst. Or at least very, very bad.
I'm looking at his previous times now. He's down at the first split.
Well, we got 1 minute 14 and that's good. Power of floof. I love animals.
Let's have a look at his practice time so far. That's down on his previous fastest lap over the second sector.
Yeah, we might get a rainy weather during the practice session.
At split one, he's up on his best.
Don't really know how to react to that. Let's be honest, Thunder. If I would ever arrive in the United States
Think he's going to better his time.
and you would drag me into your house and I would get the encounter with all the doggies and all the cattles that you have in your house, you would have a few days off. That's the entire point of dragging me to the United States. only so you can have some form of vacation. Because the only thing that you can hear in your head, is the song made by Primus called Too Many Puppies.
An interesting point to note is that both
On
Williams
repeat.
and Jordan, two of the great
Always.
innovators in car design, have opted for an oval air intake above the driver's head. It'll be interesting to see what difference this makes. This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split one. That's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best.
Play or eat me, you know. When it comes to the ladder, that I would consider that to be a good death.
One unique feature of the Stewart car design is the high side pods on the car and the large turning vane, which should reduce the amount of debris that is sucked off the
And
track
I would
into the
not mind
radiator
whatsoever.
during the normal course of a race. This sort of accumulation can actually cause a drop-off between 10 and 20% in the radiator's efficiency.
Death by Cuddle Puddle. That sounds quite adorable, not gonna lie.
Well, I can see spots of rain on the monitors now. Let's hope it doesn't turn into a downpour. What a great lap!
Not really, that's a very minimal improvement right there.
When you're driving a Formula One car, you cannot be tense. You're strapped in, you feel every movement, you're part of the car, and if you're tense with the car, it slides that little bit more. You must relax and let the car do the work. The lap times are beginning to get slower now as the drivers have to pick their way more carefully through this damp circuit.
Honestly, I don't know if Twitch have done something. I know that Twitch have released another feature that if you are entering somebody's stream sometime in a row, it can be displayed on the Twitch chat, which I always said that is a very bad option, that it basically exposes lurkers that just want to sit back and relax.
Ferrari did this last year, and they've already
because some people just want to watch, they don't want their names, their Twitch handles or anything like that get displayed, and it can display them being in the stream. Don't really like it. Not really useful thing. But then again,
at split one, he's up on his best.
I'm not gonna lie, Twitch rolled out very useless things recently. And now the new CEO is gonna take over. And we already had a layoff of 400 people from Twitch, so
we've got wet tires waiting for you when you think it's wet enough out there.
Future of this platform looks rather grim, sadly.
This could be a fast one. He's up at the second split.
And I absolutely do not know how to prepare for that one.
Weight is king in a Formula 1 car. Every extra kilo you have to carry loses you about 200ths of a second per lap. Fuel load, as in the aviation industry, is measured in kilos, not litres, and is precisely calculated to give optimum performance for minimum weight.
Up into third, up into fourth, up into fifth, sixth gear. Second gear, up into third, fourth, fifth gear, down into second.
Damn, I'm actually
down into
drifting.
first.
It's looking a bit slippery out there. Do you want to come in for wet tyres?
Well, now I will.
I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind at split 2.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't really know if that's gonna happen. There's a lot of ex-employees of Twitch.
Fuel's getting low.
Okay.
Get ready to come in.
Yeah, we're just gonna finish the practice session here. A lot of employees of
It'll be
Twitch
interesting to see how this stop compares
is
with
coming
other
out,
teams.
and
Watch the time as he comes
they're
in.
basically saying
They can't
that
afford to make a single mistake in the pits. It's absolutely
that Twitch is basically going to shit, and that's it. Let's return the car setup so during qualifying we can have sunny weather. So that gives me opportunity to drink some water, come to think about it. Yeah, that freaking band-aid is not gonna hold on. Those band-aids are very, very shitty. It's basically like rollout of changes for the platform that doesn't really change anything. They're absolutely useless and nobody's gonna really use them. And they constantly push for ads, and they're gonna push for even more ads. As if that's what we need, because, you know, when you watch stream, you want to get bothered with ads every hour or 30 minutes, because that's exactly what we want. It makes people click away from the streams, but they don't understand that. Then you have YouTube, which on YouTube in the end, once they're gonna pull on some changes, you don't really know what you can actually stream, what you can do, what you can show up on YouTube as well. And then you have Kick, which Kick has a pretty freaking shady background, so yeah. Anyway, I got quiet. I don't know why. Everything's fine. On the OBS, looks like everything, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Anyway, we have managed to reach 1 minute 14 and 0.7, so that's qualifying. Am I really quiet? Like, I don't get it. According to me, what I see over here is, according to the OBS, everything is going normal. I didn't change any settings. You're bad? Yeah, you're bad. Anyway, qualify. 13 laps, the same situation. The only change is gonna be that we're gonna stop at the pits every 4 laps, so let's go. You're bad, Thunder. You're bad. No, I'm just kidding. Just joking around. Don't worry about it. Accidents may happen.
Go!
Alright, so the first lap of the qualifying session is not really gonna count to nothing. It's the second and the
New
third
safety rules for the design of
is
the
where
cars
I'm gonna
this
have
year
to show
have
off
meant that the
and
teams have had
speed
to
as much as I
include a
can.
deformable structure behind the gearbox to protect the driver in the event of rear impact. Ferrari did this last year, and they've already overcome most of the problems, like excessive vibration, which can crack the rear wing.
Okay, so I have my teammate over here, which sadly did not manage to finish the race in Monaco. Let's hope that this time he's gonna have a little bit more luck. I'm actually using his drag to my advantage.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. That's the fastest time over the first sector we've seen today. He's looking good for an excellent lap here, up at split 2.
That's a little bit too sharp. And way too wide. No, this is gonna be a bad lap. Understeering just totally ruined this lap for me, and I could
I'm
go
looking
1
at the
minute 14.
qualifying lap
I'm
times now.
pretty sure of it.
Excellent. That was a brilliant lap and puts him on provisional pole. Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. This looks like a slower lap. He's down at split 1. I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind at split 2. Let me just check how that time compares.
I somehow managed to get a better
And that
time.
has got to be the fastest lap.
Okay, on this lap we are going to the pits, so I'm not gonna even like try too much. We're gonna go to the pits, we're gonna compare our times with the other drivers that are currently on the track.
If he can keep this kind of speed up, he'll be looking at a good grid position.
And then we're gonna drive off and try to beat the current time that I have achieved.
He's done a fantastic job.
Well, that definitely happened. But like I said, it's a 4th lap, we go to the pits, so I don't really have to care.
Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far. I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind at split 2.
Oh really, what gave that away? Me driving into the grass like a twig, or was it something else? Okay, let's see how is the situation looking on the track. So I don't see Schumacher. Schumacher is definitely gonna be faster. I I see Franson and he did 1 minute 16. Fisichella is right behind me. Seems like 1:15 is gonna be that optimal time to be in the top 6. But I need to get faster. I need to be 1:14. I know I could do 1:14. Next pit stop at the lap 8. And that's Benetton and a Ferrari at the same time. Actually, 3 cars in front of me. I don't know what to think about that. Fifth lap doesn't really technically count into all of this, but it creates a pretty stressful situation.
He's already behind at the first slip.
Because nobody knows how to behave at this point.
Weight is king in a Formula 1 car. Every extra kilo you have to carry loses you about 200ths of a second per lap. Fuel load, as in the aviation industry, is measured in kilos, not litres, and is precisely calculated to give optimum performance for minimum weight.
Down into second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best. Third gear, fourth, up into fifth, up into sixth.
That also slows me down.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying time. That's the fastest time over the first sector we've seen today.
Now let's hope we will be managed to keep it up.
He's up on the leader at intermediate 2.
He's a real veteran of Formula 1, and it shows in the maturity of his driving.
Probably ruined the lap on that curb.
The drivers in the slowest cars who don't get a time less than 107% of the fastest qualifying time can appeal to the stewards, but it's very unlikely that they'll be successful. That first split time is actually faster than the current fastest qualifying lap. It's not enough to be lucky, you've got to be good, and he is that.
There's a lot of cars right now on during the qualifying session, which scares me quite a bit.
Let's see how he compares with the previous qualifying times. He's up on the leader at intermediate 2.
One and a half second better.
Let's see how he
Nice.
compares with the previous
Almost
qualifying
exactly
time.
1 minute and 14.
That has surely put him on pole.
In a busy qualifying session, a Grand Prix driver has to be really on the limit. He brakes at the last moment, turns in very fast, but cannot afford any mistakes
The
whatsoever.
drag actually helped me quite a bit.
Okay, let's have a look at
We
the
go into the
qualifying
pits on this
time
lap
so
anyway.
far. He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1.
If I'm not gonna get the first position in the end, then I don't know. Because the cars that were driving with me at the qualifying session, they were very useful. They gave me all the drag, which means I have gained all the necessary speed and power to get the 1 minute 14. But I really doubt I would be able to reach the 1 minute 13 at any point. I mean, sure, we still got the last third of the qualifying session, so maybe it is going to happen. We'll see. Let's see which one of the Ferraris is actually right now out on the track. Doesn't even display. I know there was a Ferrari. I'm 100% sure of it even. Well, time to finish the qualifying session.
A fresh set of tires,
remaining
for a while at least, he'll have something of a time
remaining 4 laps.
The other car.
There's another car right behind me, and that's one of the stewards. 9th lap doesn't really count to the beating my personal record, so we're gonna have to beat my record on lap 10, 11, and 12. There's a lot of cars today on the track. It's quite unusual.
He's already behind at the first split.
I think there's at least 7 cars on the track right now.
The teams have to decide in advance which compound to use for both qualifying and the race. And having done so, they're limited to a maximum of 28 tyres. Okay, let's have a look at the qualifying time so far. I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind at split 2. He's down at the first split.
Yeah, I'm down in the first split because I had to brake twice. Once I don't crash into that driver in Jordan, and the second time before the corner. Because I was literally like maybe
Third,
centimeters.
Up into 4th. 5th. Up into 6th. That's intermediate 2, and he's slower than his best. Third, 4th gear, 5th, 6th.
Each tyre manufacturer supplies 2 different compounds, a hard one and a soft one. The teams have to decide after the practice sessions which compound they will use for both qualifying and the race. They have to decide whether or not to use soft tyres, which are faster, but may involve having an extra pit stop.
He's already behind his best time at intermediate 1. Second
That's
gear.
the Ferrari in front.
Third,
Like,
4th gear.
I don't know which
5th
one it
gear,
is.
Up into 6th. Down into 2nd.
It's obvious that there's one Ferrari who's currently driving, but it doesn't say who it is. I'm going to suspect it's in Eddie Irvine.
That's down on his previous fastest lap over the 2nd sector.
All right, the last lap. This is if we are not gonna beat our record on this lap, well, just gonna have to be happy with the grid position that we're gonna achieve. Not much else to be said.
He's already behind at the first split.
Yeah, we are not gonna reach the best lap. Oh well, 1 minute 14 is still good enough, I suppose.
I don't think he's going to better his time. He's behind.
So let's just take it home. I really don't think there's gonna be like another driver that's gonna be faster, but you never know. Wow. Nice. Schumacher was faster anyway. By 0.666. Of all possible remaining times that I could be slower, it's 0.666. Okay. Okay, fine. That's great. Alright, let's see how many laps does Barcelona has. Barcelona has 65 laps, so we are tanking for 33 laps. 1 pit stop strategy, as per usual. I'm just gonna make sure once again. Barcelona, yep, 65 laps, 33 laps of fuel, then another 33 in the pit stop. Alright, let's start the Barcelona Grand Prix. And let's hope luck is gonna be on our side.
The Circuit de Catalunya here in Barcelona is the scene for the Spanish Grand Prix 1997. This is quite a challenging course, just under 3 miles, a good mixture of bends and a long start and finish straight for overtaking. And that's unusual for a modern circuit. Michael Schumacher, no doubt, will be hoping to reproduce his win here in 96, when the rain caused so many problems for most of the field, but not for him.
Okay, we're just gonna wait for the grid to show up. Every single car that's truly in Katayama on the last positions. Let's go.
The drivers are getting ready for the start. They're lined up on the grid. Watch for the lights going out. Go! Streaming down to the first corner.
We actually might overtake Schumacher. Yes, we did. We actually overtook him.
This is classic racing. Up into first position.
We actually overtook him on the straight, and now it's defending.
That's exactly the start he would have wanted.
Now it's the part of defending and losing Schumacher as much as we can. And going for that spicy win.
They have to concentrate on 2 things, trying to pass the car in front and trying to keep the car behind at bay.
This is the longest straight of the race, which means that AI has an absolute dominance because AI is always faster on a straight. They're always faster on the... Oh my goodness, there's definitely some kind of accident happened right behind me on the first turn of the race. don't know who actually suffered. I know that somebody had a little bit slippery slide.
Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Williams, number 1. In second position, Eddie Irvine. In third place, Heights Harold Frenson. 4th, Michael Schumacher. In fifth position, Jean Alesi. 6th, Gerhard Berger.
And the one thing I need to have maximum focus right now over here, so I do not lose my position during the race.
This is the third lap.
Irvine, Schumacher actually have landed back to the 4th position. Irvine is 2nd. Frentzen have managed to get the 3rd position on the race. I can only hope that he's gonna keep it, because we need as many points as we possibly can.
The sky's beginning to darken, and if I look up from the commentary box, I can see quite a few clouds overhead now.
If it's gonna rain, that's gonna add another challenge to the race. It's definitely gonna make the race slower. In a matter of fact, I would prefer for it to not to rain during the Barcelona race, because this track is a very, very nice track, very nice to drive during the dry condition. And when it's gonna start raining, it's all gonna be slippery and much, much slower. I'm gonna have to add like additional 20 seconds, between 10 to 20 seconds per lap, and it's just gonna be meh.
Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Williams, number 1. 2nd, Eddie Irvine. In 3rd, Heights Harold Frenson. In 4th position, Michael Schumacher. In 5th place, Jean Alesi. In 6th, Gerhard Berger.
I think until I'm gonna start lapping the other drivers right now, the entire race is gonna be relatively quiet. With me just trying to focus on not making any mistakes and trying to make as much distance between me and other drivers as possible. Frentzen actually took the 2nd place. That is very satisfying to see. that pretty much means that right now both of the Williams drivers, well, me and Frentzen, are currently in the lead, which is gonna grant us 18 points if we will manage to keep it up. I might dare to say that Frentzen might be even faster than both Ferraris. No, as in basically how much distance the Ferrari had in comparison. Oh my god, I don't even know what how to phrase that sentence. Basically, there's a significant difference when it comes to how much distance Ferrari had and how much distance does Frentzen has right now. Like when the Ferraris were in the top 3, they had like plus 6 seconds, and Frentzen right now does only plus 4 seconds.
His teammate Damon Hill a real run for his money in the championship battle. This year, all eyes will be on the French Canadian as he continues his Formula One campaign.
I'm gonna be honest, the later I'm gonna see the rain, the better, because I really enjoy the current conditions on the track. It's nice, it's grippy, it's dry. I can basically get in the feeling of the track a little bit more. I just love this.
Williams number 1. In second place, Heights Harold Frentzen. In third position, Eddie Irvine. Fourth, Michael Schumacher. In fifth, Jean Alesi. Sixth, Gerhard Berger.
Well, looks like it's not gonna happen. We already have lost the racing line. Which also means that the very first sign of the raindrops falling on the track is gonna equal to AI going full panic mode and then going to the pits. Which on one side that's pretty good because I'm gonna gain some additional time. On the negative side it's gonna mean it's gonna be raining. And that's gonna only extend the duration of the entire race. Because I'm gonna be slower and other drivers are also gonna have to be slower. On the other negative side, there's a lot of open, wide corners and turns throughout this entire track, which means there's gonna be a significant tendency for the rear of my car to start slipping. But then again, maybe I'm speaking too early. Maybe the weather conditions are going to improve. There's only one actual way to find that out. And Frentzen is definitely getting closer to me on every single lap. He's now managed to gain 0.4 of a second throughout 2 or 3 laps. So Frentzen definitely has a better car. Has definitely a better setup for this race. So he might actually catch me. And quite frankly, if he will and he managed to overtake me, that is absolutely 100% fair. Either way, my team is gonna gather the points. And I can see the very first raindrops right now on the track. That means, like I said before, AI gonna turn the panic mode. They're gonna immediately change to wets.
There's a light drizzle beginning to come down now. Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Williams, number 1. Second, Heights Harold Franson. In third position, Eddie Irvine. In fourth, Jean Alesi. In fifth position, Michael Schumacher.
Schumacher have lost the 4th position.
In sixth, Ralph Schumacher.
Hey, Drizzle, listen. Go away, go away, go away, Drizzle. Go away, Drizzle. Rain, as in rain condition, not Drizzle as a person. Drizzle, go away. And Franson is currently 2 seconds behind me. He's definitely gaining, and gaining. And Michael Schumacher have dropped to the 5th place. He's currently plus 11 seconds behind me. Not really the optimal situation for Ferrari. Eddie Irvine turns out to be a slightly faster driver. And we got another Stewart. We got Stewart Ford with a car malfunction. One of the Stewart Fords also had a malfunction during the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a sad situation for him. Then again, the Stewart Ford is probably the 2nd slowest V10 in the entire game. We're entering the lap 12 and the weather is not really changing, neither for the worse or for the better. Schumacher have actually retook the 2nd. Now he's on the 2nd place, plus 12 seconds. That means that friends and my teammate have went into the pits right now as we speak. But that also means that he's gonna have a lot of catching up to do.
It's looking a bit slippery out there. Do you want to come in for wet tires?
And we got the first indicator. A tiny bit of water splashes that are showing up currently under my tires, and also the communication. But we can ignore that for now. We still have enough grip under our tires to drive forward. When we're gonna notice the second, a little bit thicker rain splashes under our tires, that is a signal for us to go to the pit, change the tires to the wet, and continue the race. I see a car in front of me. I don't know who that is. It's one of the Minardis.
The top positions are first, Williams, number 1. In second, Michael Schumacher. In third place, Heights Harold Franson. In fourth, Jean Alesi. In fifth position, Eddie Irvine. In sixth, Ralph Schumacher.
Minardis and Turtle Fords. And yep, that is an indication for us that we need to go to the pits and change the tires to the wets at the 13th lap of the race. We're gonna go full wet mode. I can only hope, for the sake of myself and nothing else, that the weather is gonna turn back to the sunny at the mid part of the race. Franson retook his position. He's now back on the 3rd.
The white line now.
Michael Schumacher is 20 seconds behind me.
75 miles per hour in the pit lane. which he does by hitting a button that activates the rev limiter.
3.9 seconds in the pits is a very good time.
All lost in the pit lane. The pit lane crew did their job superbly for a super fast stop.
That indeed they did, and sadly, right now we're gonna lap slower, and I mean much slower. The difference of lapping is going to be between 10 to 20 seconds.
Wet tyres for extra grip. Even so, there will be wheels spinning through first gear up to about 85 miles per hour, through second gear to around 120 miles per hour, and even up to 130 or 140 in third gear.
But that Turtle Ford definitely did not play fair. He did not let me through, even though he should do that. Because he knows I am right behind him. Something happened to Schumacher because all of a sudden he gained like 20 seconds. Whoa, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Thankfully, this track is very wide, so even if I'm gonna lose control, I'm not gonna immediately land into the gravel. But that's also the problem. Lots and lots of open, wide corners. Which is gonna force me to slow down even more.
It's really raining now. This is going to cause no end of problems for the drivers.
Schumacher still keeps his second position. And I believe... oh my goodness, what happened to Frentzen? Frentzen has lost his third place to Jean Alesi. And I truly wonder what have happened there.
Race order. In first place, Williams #1. In second, Michael Schumacher. In third position, Jean Alesi. In fourth position, Heinz-Harald Frentzen. In fifth place, Gerhard Berger. What's happened? We're now about a quarter of the way through the race. In sixth, Eddie Irvine. Since Frank Williams first formed his team in 1970, he's taken them from relative obscurity at the back of the grid through to their first championship win in 1980 and on to be one of the consistently major players of the last 17 years. He's also had to endure his share of tragedy in recent years, but he's overcome the setbacks to take 8 Constructors' Championships, equalling the record of Ferrari.
What is that guy doing? What is Johnny Herbert doing? He knew exactly that I'm on his side. And instead of letting me go, he just pushed me right into the grass. That is absolutely unsportsmanlike behavior. Not really nice. For the driver, Zauber, right there. He's probably got rewarded with a black and white flag, though I don't really know. Because the flags are only being displayed for... only being displayed for the player, not for the AI drivers, and he does it again!
It's Johnny Herbert! It's the Canadian! Look at that damage!
The pits are right there, so I'm getting to the pits. I have no choice, my car is damaged. Johnny Herbert have basically shown that he's not really worthy of being on the track today.
They're off again. Green flags out round the circuit.
They must get that problem sorted out as fast as they can, so they can get back out there.
I don't know what was, I really don't know what that Zauber, what Johnny Herbert was actually thinking, what was going through his head, that he just simply decided to continue on pushing me until we both gonna crash. I do not understand that behavior for him. That, in my opinion, I think he definitely got like black and white flag, but also he got a blue flag for not allowing me to overtake, and that was just absolutely... It was a type of behavior that should be unforgivable during the race, especially when you're a lapped driver. You should let me go. You should always let me go. That only displayed an absolute lack of maturity of that specific driver.
The top positions are: first, Williams number 1. In second, Michael Schumacher. In third position, Jean Alesi. In fourth, Heinz Harald Frentzen. In fifth place, Gerhard Berger. In sixth position, Olivier Panis.
Hey, Panis actually managed to sneak his way to the 6th position. That's pretty nice. I'm not sure if that was Johnny Herbert or Nicola Larini, because you could not see the helmet. It's pretty much impossible to see who's driving which car in this condition. And that's a slip. That's a slip up, but I can fix it. The car has not been stalled, so it's all good. I know this is just AI drivers, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to approach Formula 1 car during the rain so close cannot be good. It just cannot be good for the overall vision on the track. And let's not even mention like trying to break and fit into the corner.
The race is beginning to settle down now, about a third of the way through. The top positions are: first, Williams #1. In second position, Michael Schumacher. In third place, Jean Alesi. In fourth, Heinz Harald Frentzen. Fifth, Olivier Panis. In sixth, Gerhard Berger.
"12 laps before we're gonna go to the pits and refuel." I'm actually really happy that most of the cars that we are overtaking as we speak out, they're actually behaving very, very nice. Very classy. They do not push me into the grass, actually giving me a lot of space in comparison to that Johnny Herbert, which behaved like a total amateur. But I truly hope it's gonna be the only time when we're gonna see a behavior on a track like this. "10 laps and going to the pits. So far, so good. We're definitely managing to get some distance between us and the number 2, which I'm going to assume that Michael Schumacher have regained his second position. He might be actually faster in the rain than Heinz Harald Frentzen. Though, assuming that the weather conditions are going to change, Frenzen's probably going to retake his second place and try to chase me down as well. Let's not forget, it's only half of a second not half of a second, it's only half of a minute of a distance between us, so it's not a lot, and that's a slip right there, which probably took another 5 seconds. 30 seconds is good enough to basically get to the pits, replace some things, and move out. But with variable weather conditions, well.
The top positions are first, Williams #1.
Pan has actually moved to the 5th place.
Schumacher. In 3rd place, Jean Alesi. In 4th, Heinz Harold Frentzen. In 5th place, Olivier Panis. 6th, Gerhard Berger. Of course, as the laps go on, these little potential opportunities that are not really on become greater and greater in their minds. Sooner or later, someone's going to think, I can do it, have a lunge, and the chances are they won't be able to, and end up tangling with the car in front or even going into the barrier.
Okay, it definitely seems like Schumacher have went into the pits. Because right now the difference between me and him is over 41 seconds. So I'm gonna assume that it's 1/3 of the race and he went to the pits right now to speak. Because Alesi have gained the 3rd position. I have no clue where Frentzen is right now. I know one thing. Is that right now I'm trying to overtake Eddie Irvine because he just rushes through the finish line as we speak. For some reason, he just could not get on the last gear. If he could just step on the last gear, on the 6th gear, he would still be able to just keep up on the long straight and not even slow down that much. It definitely sounded like he was on his 5th gear, ready to switch to 6th, but he just didn't. I have a suspicion that he basically tried to somehow slow down because he knew he was lapped, he noticed me, and he basically tried to give me an opportunity to overtake him, which of course I did. Or maybe due to wet conditions on the track. That's a nice slip. Maybe due to wet conditions on the track, he just could not get enough speed to do whatever he wanted to do. Oh yeah. Now that's a slip. I need to basically avoid the curb on this corner over here because it's a really bad curb over here. It's always gonna make me slip. I cannot use that one to my advantage whatsoever.
With the 107% rule of the past couple of years, we're seeing that the tail-end teams have had to sharpen up their act and spend longer making sure they can do competitive time. This means that the gap between the qualifying time from the front to the back of the grid is now much less.
The top positions are first, Williams #1. Second, Michael Schumacher. In 3rd position, Jean Alesi. In 4th, Olivier Panis. In 5th place, Heinz Harold Frentzen. 6th, Gerhard Berger.
Olivier Panis have actually moved to the 4th position. Frentzen is behind him. It's gonna be first points for Prost. He's gonna be above McLaren. If he's gonna end the race on the position that he currently has, he's gonna gain 3 points for Prost, which means that's gonna move the McLaren and Arrows down below the top 6. That was a little bit of a weird way to come out of the corner right there. Are you gonna let me through? No, he's... In a matter of fact, he is willing to push me out of the track. What is wrong with the drivers today, ladies and gentlemen? What is wrong with them? What did I done to them? I'm just a driver. Oh my goodness. What is wrong with this guy? I think he talked with Johnny Herbert and now he's gonna try to push me off the track as well. That's the second time when he actually pushed me off the track. Damaged the front wing a little bit. Which also hurts my stability in the end. He's, oh my god, he's not really going to let me through. A blue flag would be a nice addition to this race. A flag that matches the colors of this guy. And he's not letting me through. In a matter of fact, he's gonna try and race me. Despite the fact that he's a lap driver, he's a lapped AI, so... Well, I'm glad that he's going to the pits, but... It definitely looked like he was bouncing out of the place.
I'm looking at the race order now. In first, Williams number 1. Second, Michael Schumacher. In third, Jean Alesi. In fourth, Olivier Panis. In fifth place, Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Sixth, Gerhard Berger.
Well, the rain it's definitely not a favor.
He's hit Berger.
Like I was trying to say, rain is definitely not Frentzen's favorite weather condition because he's just losing, and I hope he's not gonna lose the top 6.
Motor racing, driving a car right to its limit, is very much a skill from the head, not from the heart. But out on the track today, we're seeing some really passionate performances.
Benetton going to the pits and probably, yep, the Zauber right behind him. Four laps before my pit stop. It seems like I'm catching on the cars that also went to the pits a moment ago. And that's one of them not, and that's Frentzen. And thank God they actually are smart enough to let me through and not try to fight me like I'm gonna suspect that was Olivier Panis. Definitely a little feisty racer today. Yeah, now I took this corner a little bit too wide because I was afraid that if I'm gonna push the steering wheel a little bit more to the right, I'm gonna slip and gonna lose control. I know I'm using a controller, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. If I would push too much to the right, this would happen.
Now have a thicker, rounded end plate, so they can stand a much lesser chance of puncturing a tyre if they hit it.
But now they're leaving the pits. In front of me there is, I don't know who that is. It's a white car. Yeah, it's a Tyrrell. And also right behind him, one of the Benettons is getting lapped. I think I can squeeze inside so I can overtake them both. Panis still defends his fourth position. Frentzen right behind him.
Race order. In first place, Williams #1. In second, Michael Schumacher. In third, Jean Alesi. In fourth place, Olivier Panis. In fifth, Heinz Harold Frentzen. Hang on, we're at about half distance at this point. In sixth, Gerhard Berger.
Well, the McLaren's in front. And he doesn't really want me to go through now, does he? He forced me to brake over here. What is it with the drivers today on this track? Their behavior is absolutely appalling. All of them are just creating situations that are getting towards more and more dangerous driving more than anything else.
Oh no! He's just hit David Coulthard!
Alright, we're going to the pits at this lap, and we're gonna fuel ourselves with another 33 laps of fuel and drive until the end of the race. Nicely overtaking Jordan right there. Going to the pits at the same time is gonna allow me to drink some tea. Yeah, that was a unexpected turn from the Yamaha over here.
And he crosses the white line into the pit, down to 75 miles per hour.
They can't afford to make a single mistake in the pits. It's absolutely vital. Everyone does their job perfectly.
And that's 12 laps.
It's a slow stop.
It's a 12-second in the pits, and my band-aid that I had on my thumb have slipped. So that's great. Whoever's creating the glue for those band-aids should get imprisoned. That's all I'm gonna say. Because those glues are absolutely worthless. Now our mission is, because we are definitely winning, is to get it home.
In second position, Michael Schumacher. In third, John Alesi. In fourth position, Olivier Panis. In fifth position, Heitz Harold Frentzen. In sixth, Gerhard Berger.
I'm still shocked that Olivier Panis actually manages to get at least 4 points for his team. Yeah, I think it's 4 points. 4 or 3 points. Just gonna put the Prost above McLaren in the Constructors Championship. And that's also that also might be like the very first points for Olivier Panis. Just overtaking drivers left and right. I'm gonna slow down over here because of this turn over here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's a little bit risky. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit wider, so I don't think he's gonna be able to overtake.
One thing we might see this year is drivers having problems with cramp. All the teams have followed Williams' lead from last year and positioned their drivers lower in the car, reclined further back with their feet raised up more.
Take a look at that. Shinji Nakano, another Prost driver, currently in the 6th position, which would probably give Prost total of, if I'm correct, 4 points. I think it's pretty amazing. Prost actually tries to fight in the championship. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna overtake you on this straight over here. It's basically gonna be better. Oh, you're actually gaining some speed over there, Mike dude. You are definitely getting some drag from the car in front of you, which is a
Race
Jordan.
order. In first place, Williams number 1. Second, Michael Schumacher. In third, Jean Alesi. In fourth place, Olivier Panis. Fifth, Gerhard Berger. In sixth place, Shinji Nakano.
But does that mean... Where's Frentzen then? Hold up. Can I see the grid? I would love to have like a button in this game that would basically be like, hey, display the grid on the main menu. Or something like that. Yeah, I just tried the analog sticks. The left analog stick basically does me a rear view, and the right analog stick doesn't do a damn thing. Did Frentzen lost the top 6? Because if he did, that's gonna be...
There was definitely
okay,
contact
yeah.
between the two cars.
We definitely touched each other. Someone says, yeah, I think Frentzen have lost the top 6. He might have even lost it to Shinji Nakano. Cannot reconfirm that one.
He's just hit Damon Hill.
Sorry, Hill. Well, that's the front wing of mine. Oof. Okay. Okay. Managed to regain control over the car. If there was one thing that I would like to regain control of is weather. I want it to be sunny again. I really want to drive. I really like to drive this track in dry conditions.
see how they stand now. The race leader, Williams number 1. In second place, Michael Schumacher. In third place, Jean Alesi. Fourth, Olivier Panis. In fifth place, Gerhard Berger. In sixth place, Shinji Nakano.
What is going on in the grid? Oh no, he said Gerhard Berger, not Johnny Herbert. Okay. For a second I confused the two different drivers of each other. I guess it can happen to the best of us. I have absolutely no clue where Frentzen is. I'm gonna assume that if I'm not gonna find his car anywhere on the grid, that means that he had a second serious malfunction and he had to go to the pits.
The visors get very dirty.
He probably did not finish the race himself.
Every 5 laps or so, they'll need to give it a wipe to keep it clear with the back of their glove or their sleeve. Of course, when it gets really difficult to see, they can peel off one of the clear tear-off strips that cover the visor.
And I think that's Michael Schumacher right in front of me. That means we're gonna lap every single driver that's currently on the grid. Now, how is he gonna behave? Yep, that's a little bit feisty.
He's collided with Irvine.
That was
Ready
Irvine.
for you if you want to get that damage fixed.
Well, that's definitely a warning. I need to replace my front wing, so
Ready for you if you want to get that damage fixed.
yeah, you don't have to tell me that twice. I'm getting in. I'm on my way.
Mechanics will probably be getting ready to put a new front wing on. They must get that problem sorted out as fast as they can, so they can get back out there.
Not really that major of a problem. But it happens, you know. Sometimes you just cannot brake hard enough or early enough and you're gonna collide and that's gonna damage your car. And then you're gonna hear a voice that sounds like it's being spoken through a $3 Walmart microphone and it's gonna give you a heart attack.
Interesting point to note is that both Williams and Jordan, two of the great innovators in car design, have opted for an oval air intake above the driver's head. It'll be interesting to see what difference this makes.
Yeah, I've taken that corner way too fast and the slip was kind of unavoidable. "24 laps before the end of the race.
The top positions are: first, Williams number 1. In second position, Michael Schumacher. Third, Jean Alesi. In fourth, Olivier Panis. Fifth, Gerhard Berger. In sixth place, Shinji Nakano.
Okay, I'm not gonna overtake over here. I'm just gonna let him drive. Is he actually letting me through? Well, he tries, but on the straight line, he's definitely
We're
faster.
now 2/3 of the way through this Grand Prix.
Hey Malha, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday.
Welcome back.
Malha with the tier 1 sub for 8
Are you
months.
okay?
Tier 1 sub for 8 months. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And we got a car malfunction. Some kind of internal stuff. Either gearbox or an engine. We're gonna have to go to the pits and fix it. We're gonna be in the pits in probably half of the lap from now. Happy 7 months, thank you very much. Happy 7 months to you too.
This could possibly take 11, 12, 13 seconds if he takes on enough fuel to finish the race.
The team's been practicing this over and over again until it's perfect.
1.5 seconds.
Not a bad stop.
But it's mostly because I need to fix the band-aid on my thumb. Yes. Well, it also depends on the tires that you are wearing. Because, for example, if you try to drive in the rain on the slicks, you are gonna have zero grip. You're not gonna go above 210 kilometers an hour, which means you're gonna be permanently stuck on a 4th gear because you're gonna always wheel spin. And that's pretty much behavior of the car on the slicks. When you change the wet tires, you're still slower, but you have more grip. There's a much less of a chance to slip and start drifting or go out of the track. And you can basically go faster. You can put on more gears. You can do more. But in general, cars are more slippery and they are much slower. And that is for you and for the AI that you race against.
In first place, Williams #1. In second place, Michael Schumacher. In third position, Jean Alesi. In fourth position, Olivier Panis. In fifth place, Gerhard Berger. In sixth position, Shinji Nakano.
Also, from visual perspective, when you drive in rain, oh my god, yeah, that's one of the things. If you drive in rain, you are leaving a cloud of water behind you. So if you try to, for example, if you try to use this camera, which I decided to show it in a really bad moment, if you try to drive in the first person from the cockpit view, you basically get showered with rain and water and vapor to. to some extent as well. So you basically kind of don't really see anything. The drag still works. You're still getting pulled towards the car behind you. But at what cost? You know, you're getting constantly pulled at the cost of the absolute visibility. And all of those elements have been made in 1997. Which to me, it's basically very, very impressive. That's all there is to it. I don't know if there was any other game at that time who actually done more for immersion than during that time when it comes to the racing games or racing simulators. If even the racing simulators existed at that point. Someone tells me that McLaren will want to move to the right, so I just want to give him as much space as possible so he can try and overtake. Hey Holtz, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And he managed to overtake Eddie Irvine. Eddie Irvine have lost his position to one of the McLaren drivers. Gosh, this corner is so good for overtaking in either dry or wet condition. I still prefer to drive on this track during like nice and dry weather. I really, really do. Thunder, I know I'm boring, okay? I'll probably put you to sleep with my sleepy talk.
Let's see how they stand now. The race leader, Williams, #1. Second, Michael Schumacher. Third, Jean Alesi.
Melha with the gifted tier.
Fourth, Olivier
Oh boy,
Carnage.
with the gifted tier 1 sub to Master
In
Holtz.
fifth,
Thank you very much.
Gerhard Berger.
Malha, Master
Hang
Holtz,
on,
enjoy that
we're
gifted
entering
sub.
the final stages of the race. All the drivers left will be focused on the finish. Sixth, Shinji Nakano.
Thunder have also given a sub. And the receiver of the sub is Infernal Void. Void, enjoy that gift sub. Thunder, thank you very much for the support. And that seems to start the hype train, which is going to be a close in 4 minutes.
Another benefit
What that means
will be better handling of the car
is that
to the lower center of gravity.
we need one more person to throw in some bits or some subs to start the hype train. What does hype train does? Everybody who adds the hype train basically gets unique emotes. And Malha with the gift sub to the Puddle of Ice. Ice, enjoy that gift sub. Bella, thank you very much for that support. Appreciate it. And I think that also restarted the timer on the hype train to close. Because it was 4:20, it will drop to 4 minutes, and now it's 4 minutes again. Yes, it needs to be several separate people who are who gifting the subs or bits. Like, I think it needs to be... I thought initially it was at least 2, but I think it needs to be...
Okay.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I think it needs to be at least 3 people, and we got another engine malfunction, which means we need to go to the pits, fix the car, and then we'll be able to drive through. We got 16, 17 laps to go. And when it comes to hype train being closed, it's 3 minutes left. My car is now very quiet. This is like there's something roasting inside of that engine. Yeah, it's very wide, it's very wet. So me taking corners in this track is just very, very difficult. Like I cannot use the curbs to my advantage anymore. I need to stay away from the curbs because curbs during this track and wet condition means that you are screwed.
I imagine that this will be his only stop. We'll know when we see how long refueling takes.
Absolute clockwork precision from the pit crew.
3.9 seconds.
And that was an absolutely perfect stop.
I cannot deal with that freaking stupid band-aid always freaking gluing off my thumb. I cannot just... I'll just find a different method. Yeah, just buy a new thumb, easy. Hype train close in less than a minute at this point, I think.
In first, Williams #1. In second,
triggers are for camera.
Third, Jean Alesi.
This is a PlayStation 1 layout.
Olivier Panis. In fifth position, Gerhard Berger. In sixth place, Shinji Nakano.
Thunder Tier 1 sub gifted Twisted Pretzel. Pretzel enjoyed that gift sub. And that actually raised up the hype train close to 1 minute and 20 seconds. Because fuck you. Okay. You cannot switch to R2. It's the old game. R2 is gonna be read as a single button press, not as something that can be, you know, charged per se. Which would be great because then I could regulate how much RPM I'm putting into the corner. And also I would need to restart the entire emulator for, not emulator, but we need to restart the game for that, because that's a setting that you cannot configure in the game. That's something that needs to be configured inside of the emulator. It's a PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 controller had only like, you know, buttons. There were only buttons. There were not actual triggers that they are currently functioning, you know. Oh yeah, now in the modern times, most of the racing game are using that, and I will agree, it is the superior way of driving. But in the PlayStation 1 era, X was always action, Square was doing its own thing, triangle was always cancel or exit, and if you are in Japanese, if you're in Japan, then X and circle was confirmed. And square and triangle was cancellation. Yep, hype train didn't pop in. Well, nothing that can be done about that. I still appreciate your guys' support. I did not expect that I'm gonna like hit the hype train during this game, considering that there's not really a lot of people on Twitch who would be interested in watching this game. My channel is, despite the fact that I have a lot of followers, I'm kind of not even existing. Like, I gain followers, but I don't gain viewers. That's basically my problem, and don't really know how to fight with that. After 3 years, I'm not gonna dig into that conversation anymore. I'm not really gonna get into that conversation anymore. Don't want to. I appreciate you too, Thunder. I do. We got 13 laps left. I already have a mod list. I just need to check if any of the mods have been updated or not.
Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher, Jean Alesi, Olivier Panis.
But that on April. Probably not. I mean, it's always, you know, forewarned is forearmed, that kind of situation. Midas Magic isn't that? No. I have a different mod that's responsible for magic that totally overhauls it, because I'm also planning to go for a magic character. I already have created a character of the High Elf, and I have a save in the prison already prepared. I want to see how well it's gonna go, because my sneak build basically was an absolute, it was great. The build have turned out to be very, very good. Yeah, I'm gonna let them both go. I'm not gonna risk it for the crash. But then again, my sneak build was pure vanilla, so it was definitely much more powerful, but when it comes to the magic build, it's gonna be slightly different. There's definitely gonna be a lot of adjusting mid-playthrough, and not really adjusting as in, you know, I'm gonna delete the mod mid-playthrough, because in case of Oblivion, that is not really recommended. There's gonna be basically a lot of adjusting of the options, because Oblivion also have its own not mod organizer. It also have its own mod menu, like Skyrim has. Like Skyrim has Sky UI to basically tweak the mod settings. Oblivion also has such a thing, in which a lot of mods can be tweaked. So we're definitely gonna work with that. $11 laps left. And I think that's Schumacher in front. He blocked one of the Prosts. That's a very, very mean behavior. No, oh no, in Formula 1 there never was something like that. Everybody has the same engine. Those are the wishes of some of the drivers, but no. You have engines like Ferrari, Renault, Peugeot, Ford, Honda, Yamaha. And every single one of them have different specs. You have actually two Ford engines in this game, and there was two types of Ford engines in the actual 97 season. There was Stewart Ford engine, which was V10, and there was also Ford Cosworth V8, which, according to the game, is the weakest engine in the entire game, pretty much. You also have Minardi Hart, which is also a V8 engine. And it's also nothing spectacular. Not very fast. Apparently, V8 engines have an advantage on wet tracks like this because they don't wheel spin that much. I mean, you cannot wheel spin if you don't even reach an optimal speed to begin with. If you have like zero acceleration while you drive. And just like that, we got two Prost drivers in the top 6. I think in 97 the Ferrari always had like the strongest. Ferrari and Renault had like the strongest engines. With like at least 700 brake horsepower. Which for 97 that was already pretty large number. And even then they were technologically locked, so they don't reach cosmical speeds like 230 kilometers an hour, like in modern, in the modern Formula 1 cars. You have a regular engine, you also have an electric engine, and both those engines working together, they can produce like anything between 900 and 1000 brake horsepower. But they are basically technologically locked to reach only 320 kilometers an hour on the straight. It's all about the reaching that speed, in not having as much speed as possible. Because where Formula 1 wins, it's not only acceleration, it's also traction. The better you stick to the road, the faster you can actually do things. Unlike me, because I'm slipping. Seven laps to go.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher. Jean Alesi. Olivier Panis.
Yeah. Just show her all the show her the Exodia and she's gonna marry you instantly. He's gonna become the waifu for life. Yeah, not worth the risk. I could overtake that arrows in front, but yeah. Yeah, me and Yu-Gi-Oh! Was basically a card game on the playground and we never know the rules. We were not Rick Astley whatsoever. Guess you get a punch my face? I mean, you can try. I'm using Blue Eyes White Dragon, which means I can fuck your bitch. Where can complain? I don't know. Somewhere. There might be a person who's gonna give you a proper direction, I don't know. I really don't know how to answer to that.
Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher. Jean Alesi. Olivier Panis.
The trash. Alright, we got 5 laps left in the race. Welcome to the Department of Trash Takes. How can we help you? Just imagine somebody enters and hears that. Oh my god. Hello, I will try to tile my own trash take. Modding is cheating. Well, that's a pretty trash take. I mean, we definitely can find a place for that one. Yeah, that's actually kind of creepy. Not gonna lie.
There are only 3 laps left in this race now.
If you're red, then the cheese emo doesn't work. Uh-oh, stinky. The stinky cheese. Okay, that's better. Right even in time, there's still a little bit of time.
Race order. Williams number 1. Michael Schumacher. Jean Alesi. Olivier Panis. There are only 2 laps left in which to decide the race.
Committing LimeWire? No.
New safety rules for the design of the cars this year have meant that the teams have had to include a deformable structure behind the gearbox to protect the driver in the event of rear impact. Ferrari did this last year, and they've already overcome most of the problems, like excessive vibration, which can crack the rear wing. It's the last lap of the race.
Yep, there goes the last lap of the Barcelona. Now we'll be finally able to get some rest. Because that's gonna be... For people on YouTube, that's a single race, but I technically have done 2.5 races today. 2.5. Why and a half? Because on the first time when I tried to do Monaco, my car have imploded. Thank you for that, Frost. Thank you very much. My car have imploded. I had to restart, as can be read in the rules. Which I also had. I probably did not mention that, but like I had to change the rules a little bit. Thunder, that would be evil if that would happen. Last corner of the race. And we won.
And there is the checkered flag.
We won. Barcelona Grand Prix complete. With me 1 hour 38 into the race, Michael Schumacher in the second and Jean Alesi on third, all lapped at once. Olivier Panis, Gerhard Berger, and Shinji Nakano next, and they have been lapped twice. That means that I have 60 points, Michael Schumacher at 36, Jean Alesi and Gerhard Berger are equal with 14, Eddie Irvine with 9 points, and Olivier Panis have 8 points right now. Which pretty much means Williams is on the first place, which is my team, 66 points, Ferrari 45, Benetton with 28, Prost with the 9 points, Jordan with 6, and McLaren with a single point. And that was the round 6 Barcelona. It was a pretty nice race. Like I said, Barcelona, in my opinion, would be a better driven track if it was just full dry race. It would go much faster. We got the rain pretty much from since the first quarter. After the first quarter of the race, we had pretty much the race throughout the entire session, which was much more slippery. But besides that, besides some drivers being an absolute douchebags, we also had a few malfunctions. Thankfully, nothing critical, so we just could get into the pits, fix the car, change the tires, and just go. So it was good. Anyway, people on Twitch, we're gonna have a conversation still for like a minute or two. People on YouTube, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Consider subscribing, ringing the bell, snapping the like, leaving a comment. And I'm gonna see you guys in round 7 of the championship, Montreal.